locally within that system only. Obviously, when I am creating websites, when I am developing websites in my system, I am going to use ASP.NET Development Server in order to run my applications. But when my website is completed, when my project is completed, I will host in some other web server because I want anyone, everyone should access that particular application. Okay, should access that particular application by just entering the URL. So we require different web server. The web server will use is nothing but IIS, Internet Information Services or server. IIS, Internet Information Server. Is it okay now? There is a disturbance from your side. I think I am hearing some sound over here. A little bit noise disturbance is there. Is it okay now? So fine, fine. What I was telling is nothing but ASP.NET Development Server is used to run ASP.NET applications locally in a particular machine, which is nothing but localhost. And IIS is used for remotely to run ASP.NET applications remotely. Say I have completed developing my application, ASP.NET application, and I want to deploy it on the web server. So I will use IIS so that everyone can access my website by just giving the path URL www.something.com. So this will be installed by default. ASP.NET Development Server will be installed by default to you with the Visual Studio software. How to install IIS is the question over here, which is nothing but simply you can do what is nothing but by default Windows 7 supports the installation of IIS. Just you need to configure it, just you need to reinstall it one more time. So you just go to control panel, programs. Here you can see there is an option, turn Windows features on or off. Turn Windows features on or off. Click on that, and all the Windows components will be displayed to you. It is a part of operating system. So all the components what are available will be listed over here. You just need to select Internet Information Server. Huh? Yeah, you need to check that checkbox, Internet Information Services. Okay, you need to select the checkbox. If you want more components to be installed like FTP server, if you want, means select that. Okay, select that option, Internet Information Services, say OK. For a while it will install your IIS. Okay, after completion of that installation, what will happen is nothing but in your C drive, a folder will be created with the name inetpub. You can see here inetpub. A folder will be created. Inetpub, under this inetpub folder you can see some folders are available, but the important folder is www root, this folder. So whatever the contents you placed in this folder and subfolder, that will be visible to the clients. I was just telling you that uh, after completion of my website, suppose my website I want to provide hosting facility so that anyone can access by just passing the URL. So I need to place my website in this location www root and its subfolders, folders or subfolders, but the main folder is www root. If I placed here my project folder, then the clients, anyone can access throughout internet. Where is the IIS server? The location of IIS server is, go to control panel, okay, system and security, administrative tools. Here you can see some shortcuts are available, like services we have seen. Similarly here you will find IIS, Internet Information Services. Double click on that. Your server will be, IIS server will be open to you. Got? Like that. Fine, that we'll see it later. What is the part of IIS, how to work with IIS. There is lot of information we need to see, a lot of things we need to see about this. You can see this is my server puzzle and it says actions are started here. It says started, you can stop it, you can restart it. .NET framework versions and all those authentication, whatever you want, you can configure your website from here. Okay, that's not a big deal. Right now we will not see that, we will not focus on that, because no, it's not required, it's not the topic of that. Even for a while, when we finish with the ASP.NET, at that time we will see IIS. Right now we are not going to learn about IIS, but IIS should be installed in machine. Anyways, ASP.NET Development Server will be installed automatically. Yeah, every web server has a default directory, and by default on IIS it is C inetpub www root. Only content placed in this folder and its subfolder is accessible to clients on the internet. Okay, only content placed in this folder and its subfolder is accessible to clients on internet. From browser you will type http, the server name, port number, directory name, then the page name. Okay, let us see what is classic ASP. Like right now we are learning ASP.NET, but what was there before ASP.NET? There was ASP. We will call it as classic ASP. Okay, classic ASP. So ASP is a server-side scripting technology that enables scripts embedded in web pages. In web pages only we have to embed the scripting, like VB script, like that, to be executed by an internet server. So ASP is a server-side scripting technology that enables scripts to be executed on the internet server. An ASP file is just the same as an HTML file. Okay, like how the HTML file will be there, same as that file only. Similarly, an ASP file can contain text, HTML, XML and scripts. Mostly scripts we will use to run it server side. HTML we will use in ASP.NET also. HTML is used for client side scripting, but server side scripting in ASP scripts will be used. Previously scripts will be used like VB script, JavaScript, like that. But in ASP.NET we will use compiler based languages like C#, .NET, ASP.NET. Scripts in an ASP file are executed on the server. An ASP file has the extension .asp. Okay, ASP file will have an extension .asp. So how does ASP works is nothing but when a browser requests an HTML file, say demo.html, the server just returns the file without doing any processing. So when you are asking any resource and the resource extension is .html, web server will return that file. Okay, say for an example, you are accessing any website, ASP website, and the first page it is something like home.html. So when you enter the URL of that particular website, so web server will not do any processing, it will just return that particular file. No processing will be done at web server because it's an HTML file. But when a browser requests an ASP file, so when you're requesting an ASP file, there is a need to do the processing for the web server. Web server will do the processing because of the extension is .asp. What it will do is nothing but IIS passes the request to the ASP engine. Internet information server passes the client request to the ASP engine. ASP engine, what is nothing but there is a DLL file asp.dll. It will invoke this DLL file. It will run this DLL file with the help of IIS. So asp.dll file will be executed on the server. The ASP engine reads the file line by line and executes the scripts in the file which is marked as server script. Like we'll be having this tagging, server side scripting code we have to write in ASP like this, in these tags, inline tags. Okay, we have to write this server, we'll say this as server script tags. Whatever the code you are writing in this tag will be considered as server coding in ASP. Normally whatever you are writing is nothing but which will be in HTML format. Finally the output rendered is returned to the browser in plain HTML format. Anyways, whatever it may be, whether you are asking HTML file or whether you are asking ASP file or whether you are asking ASPX file, finally the browser will get the output in the form of HTML, because browser can understand only HTML. Okay, so finally the output rendered is returned to the browser as plain HTML text as a string. So here HTML, we have to see what is this HTML, because HTML we are saying which is used in classic ASP and we have to use in ASP.NET also. Okay, HTML is an interpreter based language. Okay, hypertext markup language. Okay, so we'll see HTML partly, we'll see some part of it. ASP objects, classic ASP objects are request, response, session, application, server, object, context and ASP error. That we'll see it later. This is nothing but it contains the server side code and the code is in VB script. So in classic ASP, these tags are used for server side coding, which is nothing but VB script. The code outside the delimiter is client side code and is as it is rendered to the client, which is nothing but HTML. Outside this delimiter, the code will be in HTML format. Inside that, it will be in VB script.